Oh my glorious people, in today's video I'll be introducing to you guys my entity concept for doors that I have previously shown off before in one of my many posts. Meet Disorder, a new destructive entity concept for doors, and I will be discussing on how this entity will work and how you can deal with this entity during your runs. Disorder appears as a black and green growth crest creature with multiple eyes covering his body, constantly tracking where the player is looking. This entity can rarely appear on any floor, but it is more likely to appear in certain room type that has an intersection with multiple paths, which it will use to its advantage for its minigame. Once this order is about to appear, you will hear knocking sounds being made by the entity as it's about to spawn. The knocking sound will come out from the door that it will come out from. It can pop out of any door, either the grill, door, your side room door. Once it comes into the room that you are in, from the door if knocked on. This minigame has just begun. Your goal to deal with disorder is to keep your eyes on it as it moves to your character in a zigzag pattern. If it does manage to reach you, it will jump scare you, but it wouldn't kill you. Instead, it would temporarily stay on your screen, moving side to side while making disorienting sounds, making it harder to see at where you are looking at and making it harder to keep track on what's coming. It will also prevent you from hiding. The sword's effects will last for 6 to 12 seconds. Additionally, the soldier will prevent any rush-like entities from progressing any further if they spawn at the same time as the soldier spawning in intersection rooms. This would make dealing with the soldier easier without needing to worry about rush or ambush, although that does not mean it will also prevent other entities from appearing, like eyes or screech, which will enforce you to be more aware of your surroundings when you are dealing with disorder in different circumstances. Anyway, like I said before, to deal with disorder, you must keep track on this entity to prevent it from catching you. But you have to deal with the entity by looking at it multiple times as it moves from corridor to corridor with a zigzagging movement until it runs away. There is another way to deal with this entity. Once it comes out of this door, if you flash it with a flashlight before it reaches you, it will immediately run away without you needing to play its minigame. This will only work with the flashlight and its variants. This doesn't work with candles or glow sticks, but there is an exception for the lighter and lantern. So I believe some of you may be asking, what is the point of playing the Sorcerer's minigame if you can just easily deal with it by flashing it with a flashlight? Well, there is an incentive to why you should deal with the sword through its intended method without using the minigame by flashing the disorder. If you have looked at disorder 3 to 4 times, it will run away, leaving behind a trail of green, murky and horror-smelling slime out from the door it came from. Going near this green trail of slime, you're able to pick up this horrid-smelling murky slime, mucus or muck. Whatever it actually is, the slightest smell, it will come in handy when dealing with specific entities. When using this murky substance, you will be granted with a new temporary status effect called Stinky. This status effect will reduce the chances of certain entities from appearing or attacking you. For example, if this effect is active, trying to open a dupe door with this effect, dupe won't attack you, it will keep its door shut. Another example is that eyes will have a reduced chance from appearing, but they can still harm you if you look at it. Same case with rush or ambush, their chance of appearing is reduced, but they can still kill you. This item will come in handy when you are in the rooms, what it will be called in the future, the archives, as it can reduce the chances of A60, A120, and most importantly A90 from appearing during your runs. However, Stinky does not affect every entity. It cannot prevent any of the boss-like entities from attacking you. This also includes Screech or Mandrake, as they are two entities that are part of a bigger entity. I should mention that the effects of this item will be severely reduced if there are multiple players with you during your runs when you have the Stinky effect active. Also, the Stinky status effect will only last for 5 minutes, which gets reduced by 45 seconds with every time you use the murky substance. This item only has 5 uses until it gets used up. which incentivizes the idea to properly deal with the disorder through his minigame without completely nullifying his gimmick through cheesy methods. On to the miscellaneous section of the video. Disorder would have 3 achievements that you could obtain. The first 2 achievements are Disorderly Conduct, an achievement you can obtain by successfully dealing with disorder properly without cheesing it, and Personal Space, which you can obtain by crucifying disorder. And the third achievement is called Oh Brother, which you can obtain by using the murky substance 5 times. That was Disorder's last achievement. Now let's get on to Disorder's destructive and chaotic modifiers. Let's begin with Meddling. Meddling is one of 4 modifiers for Disorder. This modifier will increase the likelihood of disorder appearing in your runs. Another chaotic modifier that disorder has, called Double Trouble, will cause 2 disorders to simultaneously appear in the room you are in, both of them emerging from different doors. This will essentially force you to manage 2 zigzagging entities at once with no room to take a break, as both of them will require direct eye contact to prevent them from catching you. Let's hope you don't have this next modifier called Socially Awkward active when you have Double Trouble enabled. If you have Socially Awkward enabled, disorder becomes a lethal entity. If you let it slip by your line of sight due to its unpredictable movement, it will punish you by instantly killing you. This modifier requires the Personal Space achievement for you to use this modifier, unlike the previous 2 modifiers and the final one, only requiring the Disorderly Conduct achievement. Speaking of the final modifier, called Uncertainty, which will pair with the other modifiers pretty well due to how chaotic this modifier will be. To put it simply, uncertainty will cause disorder's movement to become much more unpredictable to keep track of. Simple as that, nothing complicated or overwhelming. It just simply makes disorder's movement less predictable. I also wish to mention something related to disorders or chaotic modifiers is that all 4 of them will have a secondary effect that stops disorder from dropping their item if you have dealt with the intended method. My reason why they would have this secondary effect is to prevent players from farming the murky substance with the help of the modifiers, increase disorder's odds of spawning. That was the end of the miscellaneous section of the video, and I still have something to say about this entity. Disorder as an entity requires a lot of focus to keep track of zigzagging movement in interclaim rooms. One simple slip up is a jump scare you, but it wouldn't kill you. Instead, if you keep your eyes on it long enough, you are rewarded with an item that makes passing through rooms quickly easier. Or you could flash disorder with a flashlight to make it run away immediately. With either choice you pick on how you deal with disorder, this entity will help you become more aware and wary of your surroundings and environment while trying to keep your eyes on it. So what do you guys think of this entity concept? By the way, if this entity concept video does well, I'll show off my other entity concepts in the future. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or good night. Thanks for watching the video.